Hi coaches, good morning. I just wanted to hop on here real quick and just share with you some of the things that I took away from my morning personal development. So, it's Monday morning and you're jumping back into your routine, and the first thing I always make sure I plug right into first thing is my personal development. And I do different things for my personal development, but one of the things I do is definitely I go back and listen to something or read something that I already have once before or multiple times before, because I'm definitely one of those. I have to hear it or read it several times before it sinks in. And I always catch something different when I listen to it again or read it again. So I highly suggest doing that to all of you as well. I also want to say, we have so many new coaches that have joined Team Fit for Life in the last month and a half, and it is absolutely awesome. We welcome all of you here to our Fit family. Now, this is definitely a place for you to come when you have questions or need to be motivated or to stay connected and know things that are going on, as well as your upline coaches team page as well. But this is also a page that you are welcome to plug into and stay connected with us. So I want to share with you from one of my favorites today. I listened to it again this morning, and it was a chapter that I remember hearing it, but I didn't write anything down. So I wanted to share it from The Entrepreneur Roller Coaster by Darren Hardy. I highly suggest this one. It is perfect, perfect. But chapter 2 was a chapter that stuck with me, and it was kind of like all these things that you run into when you first become a coach, and you have all these outside influences that are happening, and when you're not really confident in yourself, or you haven't plugged into really that big huge why yet, it is very easy to let all those outside influences hold you back. He shared a story about the crab, and I love that story because it is so absolutely true. And I can remember it happening when I first became a coach. I was stepping out of the norm. I was a teacher, and my family, my good friends, the people who saw me making this transition, this change in my life, they were kind of in their own little way trying to pull me back in. So the story of the crab is, you have a bucket of crabs, and the one that tries to get out is going to be pulled back in by all of the other crabs. But you don't want to be in that bucket being pulled back by all those other crabs. And those other crabs in our life are usually our family and our close friends. They see you going outside of the norm and doing things that they aren't ready to do. So it's not so much that they don't agree with what you're doing, it's a reflection on themselves. They see you doing things, awesome things, and making these changes, and they're not ready to do it. So don't take it so personally that they are making those comments and they're saying those things, because it's not really so much that they don't agree with what you're doing. And, they may make their jokes and that kind of stuff, but just understand you're doing a good thing. So the few things that he hit was one that I really liked that he said was find your fight, was pretty much diving into your why, the thing that's going to keep you pushing and going every day and doing the things you need to do, and embrace your freakness. Because going outside and deciding I'm going to be an entrepreneur definitely kind of can label you a little bit of being a freak. You aren't doing the norm anymore. You are stepping outside of the norm. I went to school to be a teacher. I got my master's to be a teacher. I'm not a teacher anymore. Well, not in the school. I'm still a teacher, but I'm not following that normal, as everyone thinks, type of lifestyle anymore. So you're kind of looked at as being a freak, but you have to embrace that. Okay, so number 1, he said, stop being likable. You have to remember, not everybody is going to like everything you post, everything you do, and that's okay. That's okay. You're going to find your group of people who do like what you are doing and like who you are. That's who you want to connect with. Stop thinking that you have to be liked by every single person. Stop going to a top coach's page and seeing they have 500 likes and you're good to get 10. Who cares? Who cares? You have to start somewhere. They did too. They didn't just wake up one morning and have 500 likes, guys. It was a process. They built that. They took the time to learn the things they needed to do to get to that. All right, number 2, become laughable. It's really funny because, you know, in the beginning too, this was something I remember. People laughed at me. People thought what I did was absolutely ridiculous and stupid. And a lot of the comments I got were from my own family, you know, making their little snide remarks at family events. And, you know, I don't hear it so much anymore because I stuck with it and I've changed my life for the better for me and my family. So a lot of those laughable things going on, I don't hear so much anymore. So it's almost like I kept going until they couldn't laugh anymore. So I kind of get to say I'm the one laughing now. You know what? So it's okay. Those laughs, that's a good thing. Use that to motivate you. Use that to push you. If you are being laughed at, that's a good thing. And that's the way you need to look at it. Don't let that break you. Don't let that people are making fun of the things you're saying and doing hold you back. It's a reflection on themselves again. They see you doing something that they don't have the guts to do. So they're just going to laugh at you and make you feel like what you're doing is stupid. And we all know it's not. So don't let that hold you back. Number 3, define your success. Define success, I should say. And I liked what he said here. Everybody's picture of success is different. Don't think that you have to define success by being in this huge house or driving that awesome new car. That's not, you know, if that's your success, okay, that's great. That's not for me. I define my success when I can look and at my family and we can pack up and we can go on a trip for a weekend or go on a vacation with zero stress and everybody's happy. That's success to me. I get up and do these things that I do every day and reach out to help people every single day because of seeing my family happy. And that's what I want. I want to know that I'm always going to have that freedom to go and do and be there for my family as they grow and as they start growing their own family of their own. I want to know that I'm always going to be able to be available and be there and not miss those moments. So that's success to me. It's not going to be, you know, having all the big stuff and all the fancy things. That's not how I define success. So don't think that because of all these people have like all these things or they're going on all these trips and, you know, define your success. So that's something I want to do, and I'll go back to that for your call to action on this video today. Number 4, he said, get a grip. So I really liked what he said on this one as well. I'm hoping that all of you go back and get this one and listen to it today if you don't have it on audio. If it's just chapter 2, it was awesome. But I like how I said this, don't let people who don't matter. So again, he talked about your funeral and how a friend of his said to him that when you die, that there's probably 10 people who will cry. And then it said, going to the gravesite, the number of people that actually went to the gravesite depended on the weather. So when you stop and you get like a negative comment from someone or a no from someone, don't let that like stop you and make you like totally be defined by that person's opinion of you or that person saying no to you. Sometimes you got to get a grip and realize that those people probably aren't going to be at your funeral. They're not going to be crying. So they really don't matter that much to you, and their opinion of you should not matter. So it's, again, you've really got to build your confidence. You've got to really plug into, why you're doing things that you're doing. And some of those things start to roll off. I liked how he said, at age 18, we're worried about everything. We're worried about what everybody thinks. We're worried about who's talking to us, who's gossiping about us. I mean, I think back to good grief. When I was 18, it was horrible. I mean, I was the worst. I mean, I wouldn't even go to college by myself because I was scared to death, and you're so worried about how people perceive you and judge you. And they said it's about age 40 where you stop worrying about that. So for most of us, we're still in that stage. You still worry about what people think or say and who's talking about you. And I'm better. I'm much better than I was, for sure. And I know being in this business has made me have to get over that as well. So sometimes I have to remember, not everybody's thinking about me. Not everybody cares what I'm doing. More people are worried about themselves and what they're doing than what they're worried about somebody else. So just get a grip. And remember that not everybody is worried about what you are doing. So hope that helps too. And the last one was reduce your recovery time. And I liked that one. I was trying to re-listen to that one as I was dealing with a 2-year-old who started to have a tantrum. But I did like how he ended that chapter. And the one thing I took away from that was brave the dark days. You're going to have highs, you're going to have lows, and you're going to have extremely mega lows, and you're going to fall off, and you're just going to have to remember getting through those really dark ones are so worth it, because when you get to the really lit up days, they're pretty awesome. So you've got to get through those dark days and remember there's always light. It's always going to happen if you're staying consistent and you're bouncing back from the falls. If you stay down, that's failure. Staying down. You've got to fail forward. Learn from the things that you are, falling down from. If you can move forward, you're going to find success. You're going to see things happening. All right, guys, so this was chapter 2 from Entrepreneur Roller Coaster by Darren Hardy. If you don't have it on audio, get it today. Listen to chapter 2 today, and then I want to know who has gotten this book, who has already read it. If you haven't, go back and read chapter 2 again. And your call to action from this is to define success. All right, guys, thank you so much. Have an awesome day, and I will talk to you all later.